there are a lot of scenarios where you say hi and she says hi back, and there's this pause in between, and you start brainstorming of things. Oh, what should I tell her? What should I tell her? What should I tell her? And you miss the whole point, you miss the whole vibe, you miss the whole energy when you're supposed to stay in the present. That's one way, that's a mind frame you have to have, staying in the present. If you want to have an effective communication with a lady, you have to master how to stay in the present. And when you master how to stay in the present, you are conscious of everything. Your mind is not going thinking of something else or another thing else. You are there with her. And you can actually be creative with what is around you. You can actually be creative because you are in the present. So when she says, maybe when she says hi, you look at her face and you can from there, like, you seem like you are not happy, or you seems like you somebody you had a bad day or something like that. That's a way to start a conversation because you are living in the present. But when you are not living in the present, you will not be aware of what is before you, the lady before you. So you think of many other things. You just be thinking of when in the present you're supposed to be attentive, observe, see what's going on, look at her dress, what is she wearing. Oh, I see you're wearing a nice necklace. I see you're wearing a nice earring. That's after the hi. After she has responded hi back. That's that's a way to make the progress the conversation. But a lot of men will be, when they say hi and she says hi, that's it, and they just give up, and they're not living in the present to observe and see what is actually going on, to engage with the lady. So when you have that mental framework of staying in the present while meeting a lady, it will help in making the conversation prolonged, and the lady will know that you are connected to her, that you are actually concerned, you are interested in her. Because when you start listening at all these little nuances, like your hair, oh, your hair is it's nice, your okay, you're wearing a nice chain, I like that, where did you get the chain? You're just living, you're staying in the present, you're staying in the present. That's what most men find hard to do because they are outcome dependent. The second point would be detach from the outcome of the interaction. So, and most men are, they go into every interaction with the perception that they want it to go the way they want. They want it to go the way they want, whether they want to get laid or they want to have just a platonic friendship with the friendship with the lady. So they go with expectations, lots of expectations. When normally, if because I used to do this before, when I'll see pretty girl, I'm like, damn, I want to pipe this girl. That means I've gone with an expectation, and most times when I go with an expectation, most times it doesn't go the way I want it to go. So that's why you have to reframe your mind by detaching from the outcome of the interaction. So when you are involved with a lady and you start the interaction, if if the interaction sways towards piping, fine. If it doesn't sway towards piping, it's fine, it's all good. You accept it the way it is. You don't force things. But most guys always are attached to the outcome, and because of that attachment to the outcome, most times they always come off as needy, as they always project that needy energy, and women feel it. Women will always sense it. They will know, and once you are giving that needy vibration, they tend to shut off. That's why they tend to lose interest immediately, and that's where you find yourself in that awkward situation where the conversation is not progressing. But when you come with a vibe that is just cool and nice. You're not needy. You're just there, sitting in the present. You're staying in the present. You are having a conversation with her, asking just normal random questions. But you might have intentions of how you want it to be, but you are not dependent. You are not attached to the outcome. You are not attached to the outcome. That's that's the second way you have to see stuff. You have to see your interaction with women for you not to come out as an awkward person. Then the third point will be you have to develop your own unique opener. You have to develop your own unique opener, especially when it comes to interacting with women. So, when you see her in, you maybe you are doing this now for the cold approach, guys who approach women. So you are approaching this lady, you don't know who she is. It's always good to have a unique line opener because you read a lot of books and go to a lot of blogs and all that. You see different line openers, and a lot of men have used that line openers a million times. That's why I said you have to use a unique line opener when it comes to, you have to develop a unique line opener when it comes to approaching women, so it's easier for you to escalate things effortlessly. Because since it's unique, you will know how to craft different questions and different ways you would steer the conversation to go. So I'll give you one that is, this is what I use. So I always, when I see a girl that I really like across the street anywhere, and that's why I'm very confident, because I always have my own unique line opener. So here's one thing I would say: you seem like the happiest girl I have ever seen today, or you seem like the saddest girl I have ever seen today. It works. It shows concern. It shows concern. And when you say any of this, whether it's the happiest or the saddest, you have to look at the person's face. If the person is feeling sad, you tell her, feel like the saddest person I have ever seen today. She's happy, use the happy part. And you can, from there, she will like, she would like, if she's happy, she'll be like, wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. And you guys can start from there. You have put her in a, you have given her a different vibe, a cool vibe. You kind of complimented her, but not actually like compliment her. And she would be elevated, she would be interested. And that is, your line opener is also a litmus test to know if a girl has interest in you as well. You might say it and she doesn't respond to you, and you know that you don't have to force a conversation, you move on. But that is always what I use. If I find myself anywhere and I see any girl, that's what I use. That's my own unique line opener I use every time. That's why there's no girl I will see in this planet Earth I will see that I will walk up to, as long as I find her attractive. I will definitely use that line opener to start every conversation. And I know how to, the nuances and how to go about it based on her response. So the response she might give you might be different from the one I'll use. So that's another thing you have to have in mind. Then the fourth point, that's the last point when it comes to assisting you with not feeling awkward when you're around women, is don't take rejection personal. That's one of the things that most guys struggle with. We take rejection personal, and that's what crumbles us. It makes us not to make moves because you feel downcasted, you feel dejected as well, because, and that feeling tends to rub over other motions that you would make when it comes to women. Because someone rejected you doesn't mean that another girl will reject you. And you carry that energy. Most guys carry the energy of the past rejection into a new interaction with a lady, and it scatters everything, and it makes everything harder. You start thinking about the rejection, the rejection you had last night, day before yesterday. You start overthinking it and not realizing this is a new person, this is someone who might be interested in you. So that's these mind frames I have listed are things that if you have and live in that consciousness, you would effectively have a very good interaction with women over time. And for me, it has worked. It has worked like crazy. But it's just that, most times we are not equipped as men to understand certain things about life. And that's why we struggle and keep struggling. But if you can keep to these things and this four mental framework, you would have a very progressive interaction with women. You have successful interactions with them. A lot of successful interactions. So give it your shot. Always give it your shot. Just try them, and it's something that you have to have in your mind. Have them in your mind for you to say work, and I promise you, you would have a different result once you start thinking this way. So thank you guys for your time. We'll see you in the next video, and have a great day and stay blessed. Bye.